Yoga before bed can be a great way to help you settle into sleep. So this is going to be a really brief, floor-based, 15-minute practice to help you kind of bring it down a notch, get ready for bed, settle into a more restful state, and hopefully get some better sleep. So we will start just like this in easy seat Sukhasana. So whichever leg is more comfortable to have in front, just take note of that. Bring your hands behind you. Push into your fingertips, your finger pads. On the inhale, really ground down into your sits bones. Lift your chest up. As you exhale, start to hinge from your hips. Keep your back flat and just kind of fold again from the hips as much as you can. Only for a breath. And then a big exhale out. Good. Come all the way back through center. Bring your hands on your knees, your thighs, whatever feels most comfortable. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, start to find some big circular movements. So take note of which way you're going. We'll go both directions. Try to find the natural rhythm, natural connection with your breath. At the top of your next circle, pause. And as you exhale, try to go the other way. So it might feel a little bit different. For me, sometimes moving in the opposite direction is a little bit challenging. So just notice how it feels in your own body. Try to let the movements and the circles be as big as you can allow them to be. Take one more round. And then come all the way back up to a seat. Now, uncross and recross your legs the opposite way. So for a lot of people, the second lock feels pretty weird. It may or may not in your body, but just take note, observation without evaluation, no judgment around it, just be present with what is. On the inhale, arms go high. As you exhale, take a twist over to the right. Right hand will come behind you, left hand cross body. Breathe in for length. And then as you exhale, find the rotation into the twist. Do that one more time, breath in for length. Breath out to twist. Come back on the inhale, arms meet high. As you exhale, twist the opposite way. Push down, lift up. Exhale, find your rotation. One more round in. One more round out. Come back through center on the inhale. Let your hands rest once more, knees or thighs. Cat-cow from here. So inhale, draw your chest through your arms, open up your throat, gaze high. Let the exhale round and tuck. Chin to chest, back pushes behind you. Inhale, come forward, open up through the front. And exhale, press back, open through the back. One more round, inhale, come forward. And exhale, press back. Come all the way back up and straighten out your legs. You can use blocks or pillows or towels underneath your knees if you want a little bit of support. Same thing as before, take your fingertips, push them into the ground behind you, lift your chest up, and see if you can even wiggle your hips a little bit closer underneath your shoulders so that your spine is tall and shoulders are directly above your hips. Inhale for length, arms high. As you exhale, start to fold. Find a flat back about halfway down, and then if there's space, you can come closer to the earth and round in. There's options here to use supports underneath your forehead as well. Sometimes I like just the sense of groundedness on my forehead. If you had a different view, you would notice that my knees bend as I fold a little bit further down. So I just share that to say, don't be afraid to allow a bend in your knees. You don't have to be all the way straight. Take one more breath where you are. And a really big exhale out. Come all the way back up to your seat. Let your right shin come down to the inside, or right forearm rather, come to the inside of your right shin. And this might be a place for a block or a pillow. On the inhale, weave your left arm all the way up. Then as you exhale, let it come overhead towards your right toes. So for some of you, this might actually touch. You might have a bind. And for some people, me being one of them, that's not reachable. So no worries. Just be with where you are, be with what is. One more breath. Exhale, really pull your left shoulder back and open. Come back through center on the inhale. If you're using a support, put it on the other side. If not, left forearm comes to the inside of your left shin. Weave your right arm back as you breathe in, and then exhale, bring it all the way overhead. Once more, it might touch your big toes, it might not. Mine certainly doesn't, that's okay. Feel into your right side, right rib, right shoulder. One more breath. And on the exhale, really pull your right shoulder up and back. Good, come all the way back through center. And then bring your hands behind you, feet to the ground. Take your knees out really wide so you've got a wide stance, and let them come all the way over to the right side. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back on the inhale, and then legs go over to the left. Gaze over your right shoulder this time. Breathe in, breathe out. Come all the way back through center and make your way onto your back. So whichever way you are on your mat, if you've got to adjust like I did, that's all good. Come all the way down when you're ready. And then draw your legs into your chest. Bring your arms around both shins like you're giving yourself a little hug, and start to draw your forehead up towards your knees. Take a big breath in, squeeze everything together. And then exhale, let everything come back down to the ground. Happy baby. You can keep a hold of your shins, you can go underneath your knees, or you could grab onto your feet. Find a little movement side to side. Move against the muscles at your low back. And then bring your feet back down to the ground. Find a block or a pillow. You don't have to have blocks. Grab something. On the inhale, lift your hips up and slide the block under your sacrum for a supported bridge. You can have your feet traditional bridge, hips width distance apart. You can have your feet out really wide, knees knocked in for a broken bridge. Or you could have your legs out really long. And this might depend on the height of your support. If you've got a really high block, that's probably not going to feel great or be good for your spine. But if you've got a lower block or a pillow, this could be a really nice, little nice opening through your hip flexors as well as your low back. So wherever you're at, we'll stay for 3 breaths. Slow, intentional breath in. Even slower breath out. 2 more just like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more round. Start to walk your feet back in towards your hips. Waterfall. Extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling. You might find that you need to adjust the block. If you do, just bring your feet down, slide the block or pillow wherever you need it or want it, and then return to waterfall. And sometimes that transition, the block can shift a little bit, and just know that you're never stuck. You can always adjust. In waterfall, if you feel a little bit too much core engagement and it's not comfortable, bend your knees and let your feet come a little bit closer towards your face. If you want a little bit more core engagement, then straighten out your legs just a little bit more and perhaps even send them forwards. Palms face open towards the ceiling. Feel the back of your head push into the ground. And start to really draw your awareness now to your shoulders. Think about sliding your shoulder blades closer towards your spine to open up a little bit more through your chest, your neck, your throat. 5 breaths here. Slow, intentional breath in. Really long exhale out. 4 more just like that. Keep it extended. As if your breath could just keep stretching out and expanding. 2 more rounds. One more full breath in. And then as you exhale this time, let your feet come all the way down to the ground. Pick your hips up, slide whatever you've got out of the way. Take any movements that you need and come all the way onto your back. Let yourself be really comfortable. Bring one hand to your belly, your low belly, and bring one hand to your chest, to your heart. Feel for the natural rhythm of your breath here. Try to notice which hand is moving the most. Is the hand on your belly moving? Is the hand on your chest moving? It's okay if you feel movement underneath both hands. In a perfect ideal world, the movement would be under the hand that's on your belly. So depending on what you feel in your own body now, start to direct your breath towards there. Right, this indicates a parasympathetic style of breathing in which you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system by breathing through your diaphragm. Think about pushing the air down as you inhale rather than filling up the chest as you inhale. And you're welcome to keep your hands here the entire time. You're welcome to bring your hands both to your low belly, your lower abdomen. Or you're welcome to just let your hands soften and relax out to either side. We'll head into Shavasana Final Rest with 5 rounds of coherent breathing. So coherent breathing is a simple 5 count in, no pause at the top. 5 count out, go right into the next cycle. So I'll count so you don't have to, but also know that you can adjust the count up or down if 5 doesn't quite work right for you. To prepare, take a normal breath in, and a full, complete exhale out. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 3, 4, 5. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Normal breath in, normal breath out. You're welcome to stay with that rhythm of breathing, 5 count in, 5 count out, or you're welcome to return to whatever feels most comfortable. Maybe about 2 minutes of silent rest here without the sound of anything, without the sound of my voice. And the invitation is to continue focusing on your breath. I'll call you out in just a few moments. Start to deepen your breath once more. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Invite back in any movement that feels intuitive or helpful. And gradually begin to make your way over and onto your side for fetal pose. Pause here for another full round of breath in. And a full round of breath out. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like. Or if you're ready to close, begin to transition back to your seats. Thank you so much for practicing. Hope this gives you a good night's rest. Namaste. Keep coming.